everybody, my name is Marin with Yoga EVO, and today we're going to talk about the Yoga EVO Foam Roller. This kit comes with a couple bonus massage balls and a bonus massage roller as well, but today I want to show you how to use the foam roller to get your whole body done, and this is one of the most amazing things that you can do on a regular basis. We've talked about it before, but the benefits also include flexibility, increased circulation, reduced fascia or scar tissue, as well as reduced risk for injury. It's a great way to stress relief, keep your body loose and limber, and it's just great massage therapy. So in order to foam roll your whole body, you don't necessarily have to do this whole routine at once. You can break it up and do legs today and upper body tomorrow. But for the sake of you having all the information that you need to get started, where you want to get started right away, we're going to go through every single part of your body that you can foam roll with the foam roller right now. So let's begin by finding a nice comfortable place to foam roll. I like using my Yoga EVO yoga mat since I have hardwood floors. This gives me a lot of grip and softness in my foam rolling, but anything like a carpet or a rug will do. And we're going to go ahead and take our foam roller and do our legs. If you are new here and haven't watched the how to properly foam roll video, I recommend you do so before you get into this. We focused on the IT bands in that video, which just involves starting at your hip and rolling the sides of your legs up and down, finding all those trigger points. The next place that we're going to foam roll, typically after the IT bands, I just like to roll forward, just like this. So we're getting on our hands and one knee. This leg is extended, the leg that's being rolled. This knee and our hands are going to support the pressure that we're putting in. And I like to start right above the knee and just gently roll my way down. And as you can see, I can lift up this knee, walk it back, and roll down. Sometimes you can come down to your forearms, which might be easier for the quadricep, and roll it all the way up to the hip bone. And that feels really good. If you, again, find those pressure points, coming all the way up, relax on them, and roll back and forth. Whew, that feels good. I got a pressure point right there. So remember, do one side, do the other side, hold each pressure point for 5 to 6 deep breaths. You can even get it in the hip. Sometimes this is a great place. Once you get up to the hip, you can kind of roll side to side, and you feel it in that deep hip if you have some trigger points like I do in there. This is a great way to get it. Coming all the way back up. Remember, you just want to feel like it's well worked. You don't have to hurt yourself over it. Just make sure everything feels like it's been worked really good or massaged deeply. And then another place that I really like to get is right above the knee on the inside, which is a VMO. And this is a common problem for knee pain. A lot of times when we're squatting, we have a lot of strength in our quadricep and we don't squat all the way down. Like typically we just bend our knees here, we sit here, we get on the toilet here, we walk up the stairs here, but we're not often bent all the way down here, which causes a lot of instability and unevenness in the VMO. So we get a lot of soreness and pain here. And the easiest way to do this is to sit kind of like you're gonna straddle this. You can bend your knee or keep it straight, whatever is most comfortable to you, and just place the foam roller right there. Now using the knee in our hands, we're gonna get up and just gently roll halfway up that inner thigh. And you're gonna feel it closer to the top of the knee usually, that's where the hot spot is. And again, just breathe into it. Roll back and forth if you can. You're more than welcome to make this dynamic. So sometimes I like to roll on top of my quad and then roll inside, and then on top of my quad and roll inside. Just feel it out, make it your own. Again, make sure you get both sides. Put as much pressure as you can. Breathe deeply, focusing on relaxing that muscle. And let's go into the hamstrings and calves. So starting with the calves are an interesting muscle because they move, or the fibers are in a different direction than most of the muscles in the body. And the calves get super stiff and sore too. We use these very often, but it's very hard to stretch these muscles, which is why the foam roll is great for it. Now you can start by placing the foam roller right above your ankle and moving down like this. This is a very passive roll up and down. But often I find that you need a little more pressure with the calves. And the best way to do this is cross one leg up and using your hands, lift up slightly and just roll all the way up. Again, if you feel a slight tender spot, which is less painful in the calves compared to the IT bands, but if you find some spot that you feel like, okay, I'm feeling something there, go ahead and roll it side to side. Woo, that feels good. If you're giving that a try right now, you'll notice you're like, okay, that's really getting my calf really good. So you can even roll up inch by inch and just sort of rotate side to side and really feel all of those muscles getting massaged deeply and back down. And then for the hamstrings, it's the same way. I like to put one hamstring at a time because it adds more pressure. Again, rocking side to side just like the calves. Lifting up, rolling more up towards my glutes, and side to side again. If it's too much for you, you can do 2 at a time, which will help reduce it, and you can just go side to side if you feel like it. And that feels really, really great. And it might look funny or feel funny, but it should get your hamstrings really good, which is a tough place to massage as well. Before we move on to the glutes, I want to show you how to get the shins. It's often that we get shin splints, especially if you're fairly active or you do a lot of walking. And this is some place that is really great to break up and get massaged into because it can get tight and form shin splints or build up a lot of lactic acid there, which ends up getting sore. So we're going to bend our shin right over the foam roller. You're not putting the shin on the roller, rather you're putting the side of your lower leg right there beneath the knee. And what I like to do is just kind of come up on it and roll it up and down just like this. You can come over it as long as you're tilting that leg to the side slightly and just rolling it up and down. And now I'm controlling pressure with my hands and my knees. And that feels really good. So on to the glutes. The best way to tackle your glutes is to actually sit on the roller and perform a glute stretch. And how we're gonna do this is place our hands behind us, cross this leg over, really open up this leg, and then we're going to tilt to the side that our knee is bent. So you might even scooch on the roller a little bit more, and you're just gonna roll it right down to the hip bone and all the way up to where the gluteus minimus is, or where your backbone up here meets the top of your glutes. And you can roll that side to side and you should feel really good doing this. The glutes, or the gluteus minimus, really is the place where we have a lot of trouble because we're always in a forward moving position and those muscles are trying to hold us in that upright position. So they got a lot of work to do. And in a sense, it's kind of like the kickstand to our bodies. So we want to really make sure we massage that out. You might feel some tenderness here on the upper hip, which I love, going and rotating side to side there. Feel it out. That's right there on the outer side of the medius or the minimus. And then again, make sure you do the other side. Now moving on to the back, this is something we also covered in the How to Foam Roll Properly video, or just proper foam rolling. And so we're going ahead and crossing our arms, keeping everything nice and aligned and straight, lifting and just gently rolling down to the tops of our shoulders. Now what I love doing is rotating out to the side, opening my arm out, or you can place it behind your head, and just rolling that lat. And the lat is this muscle right here, and it's the teres and the lat, and we can get sore here, especially if you do a lot of push-ups or carrying children or picking up heavy things. And this is someplace that's also really hard to stretch. So if you get on the foam roller with it, you might feel like, oh wow, I didn't realize how sore I was there. So you can sit on it or breathe. I'm particularly sore in this area, woo. So breathing deeply, bringing that oxygen and blood flow. Now I love getting the back of my arms, the triceps, because I get a lot of tightness here too. And this is something that takes a little bit of practice and effort. And if you can't do it with a foam roller, don't worry about it. We can get it with some of the other bonus massage balls and roller in the next video. But I love doing it here on this regular foam roller because I'm here and it just makes it really easy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the top of my elbow, or the foam roller, right above my elbow with my palm facing up. Now I'm going to make sure my elbow has a slight bend in it, lay my head down on my arm, using this hand and rolling back and forth. It's a very small movement. I'm lifting my torso up, kind of like a side plank lift, and just rolling back and forth. And that in and of itself might feel really tender and tight already, but this is great because a lot of times we hold fat here because there's a lot of adhesions, and this is a great place to foam roll. Foam rolling does reduce those adhesions, which helps the body move or lose fat more quickly. It also helps reduce cellulite. So if that's not enough of an incentive, I don't know what is. Lastly, let's go ahead and talk about foam rolling the neck. This is something very subtle and simple that you can do, but also very carefully. Remember, nothing should feel sharp or painful. It could be slightly uncomfortable, but with the neck, it should actually feel good. So with the neck, I just like to lay on it very gently. So I'm lifting my head slightly up and just fitting the foam roller right there on the neck. And again, if this feels too uncomfortable or painful, especially in the neck, make sure you stop what you're doing and just skip this part. Here I like to relax very gently and just tilt my head side to side. So we're not rolling the neck, rather we're just placing the roller under our neck like a pillow and just gently turning our head side to side, and you'll feel it really massage those muscles in the neck. And sometimes, just like the hot spots, you can hold it in one spot, breathing in nice and deeply, focusing on relaxation, and just turning your head side to side, looking up and down. And it's really these little nubs on the foam roller that are giving us those small acupressure massages. They're like little fingers just gently pushing into our neck, and it feels so good. So once you're done with your whole body, make sure you get some good deep breaths in, make sure you're drinking lots of water, you're getting nice rest. And like I mentioned before, it's important that you feel this out. So if you're feeling particularly sore or a little bit in pain tomorrow, take a couple days off, making sure that you're replenishing your body with energy, lots of water, so that that fluid can carry out all the toxins that may have been released as you've been massaging out all the knots and the tight fascia, because that is bound to happen. So continue to do this as often as you like, or as often as your body feels. Over time, it will get better. You will be more efficient, and you will be able to do it on a daily basis. And yeah, enjoy the benefits, because it's amazing. Like I said, this is one of the most important things that I have to do on a regular basis as an active mom, business owner, and yogi. I love foam rolling, and it's something that I can't live without. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and most of all, I hope you enjoy your Yoga EVO Foam Roller. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.